Guys, back at my farm again, day one of QuailCon. We have the mule passing by. Okay, so we're good. Here with Tim from Florida, 340 Quail Farm. Tim, how long have you been into quail?
We've been doing it for about a year now. Started last September, and I haven't stopped since.
Great, great. So what made you get into quail?
Well, about my family, my wife, and I have one son, and just wanted to get into the self-sufficiency. You know, it was after COVID and trying to just do things on our own. You know, and started researching chicken and what it would take. And we live in a suburban area, so really restricted, not a lot of space. And as I started doing more research, and I started finding little articles that pop up about quail, and it started to outweigh, all of the benefits and everything. So I started down that rabbit hole and found my shire, and he had a lot of information online about quail, and convinced me to, let's try it out. And I'm a DIY. I like to do things on my own, and I said, well, let me try hatching my own. It'll be a cool family project. My son gets to see it and things like that. And I grew up on, around animals. I'm from the Virgin Islands, and so we're, a lot of nature, things like that. So it was right up my alley.
So, any recommendations for anyone considering getting into quail?
I'm sure there probably are.
Sorry.
You good? You're good.
Recommendations.
Do's or don'ts or...
Okay, yes. So I would say have a routine and cleanliness. If you keep it clean, it makes things a lot easier.
Absolutely.
That would be my number one, I would say. Yeah. Have a routine to keep things clean, and it makes life a lot easier.
Yeah, because if you don't follow a routine, it gets stacked up and then you regret it later.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we're going to go back and check out. We have another round of classes starting, so we'll let Tim get back to...
And we'll go ahead and we'll link him in the description.
Yes.
So that way you can go and look him up. Bye, guys.
Bye. Here with another Aaron. Came all the way to Ohio, found another Aaron. He's also into quail. We actually know each other before this. So, Aaron, how long have you been doing quail?
Been doing quail just a little over a year now.
And you do it for self-sufficiency and for profit?
Yeah. Originally, started off as self-sufficiency for the family, and then I learned that there was a business aspect of it. Started doing some more research, and now I do it for both.
Yeah. And so, what is your farm name?
Qwazy, Qwazy, Quail Farm.
I love that. The first time I seen it, I was like, that's genius. Why didn't I think about it? But he got it, so I can't copy. Maybe I could do like something else, but we'll worry about that later. So what do you recommend for anyone starting out for self-sufficiency with quail?
For self-sufficiency, you really want to know the number of quail that you're going to need for your family. Generally, if you have 1 or 2 birds per person, there's quail math out there. I'm not a mathematician, but you can find this information easily online. You want to make sure that you're raising enough birds to be able to really sustain themselves. From hatching until, which is about 17 days, to 10 weeks, 8 to 10 weeks to have the bird that's ready to be processed. Really do your research online. There's a lot of YouTubes on your site. I've learned a lot from you over the year that we've known each other, or half a year. There's so much information. Really do your research first and foremost. Don't rush into it. I would do your research first before you start buying the quail, because you don't want to make some of the mistakes that some of us have made.
We're sorry for the noise. It's a family-friendly event.
We're right next to the bouncy house, and there's a bunch of kids having fun. So
they're jumping around like quail, and they're excited about quail as well.
So anyone watching this who is on the fence about attending QuailCon 25, definitely recommend it. It is super kid friendly. The kids just all gravitate towards each other. It's the adults kind of hang out, kids kind of roam around. Everything's fenced in, so nothing's dangerous. And
they're ready to sleep at the end of the day.
They'll sleep.
They'll pass out for sure.
So we'll move along, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
It was good having you, Aaron and Aaron.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
I'm here with Dale with Dale's Quails. Hey guys. So Dale, what got you into homesteading?
just wanted to be able to provide for my family without needing help from anyone else. I didn't want to rely on anyone else. You know, the very basics of being a provider is to provide, so I wanted to come up with ways to be able to do that regardless of what's going on in the world.
So how long have you been homesteading?
Oh, pretty close to 5 years. The last 3 years has been top. 4 years has been top priority. That's what I've done full time now for 4 years, going on 4 years.
Do you have any suggestions for someone starting out? Just thinking about getting into homesteading?
Find your why. You know, doing it financially for us wasn't it. Dig deep, something that's going to make you dig deep. For me, it was just being a provider for the family. That's what drives us every day. Making sure the kids are fed and we're fed.
So if you need any quail cages or quail brooders,
we got you covered.
They'll make them, ships them out. Everything's pre-cut, pre-drilled, ready to go. You can assemble them with minimal tools, and he's the guy for quail cages.
We'll put the link in the description. But how long have you been raising quail? Like, did you start with it right from the beginning, or you just?
5.5 years. I started with 6 quail. The cages kind of came out of just having quail. I don't do eggs or anything anymore, so it's
right.
Cages and chicks. And if Aaron can assemble the kits, I think pretty well anyone can do it.
Anybody can do it.
I agree.
Alrighty, well, thank you for being with us today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we're still out here at My Shire Farm in Miamisburg, Ohio. I have Dwight Wilson with Peppermint Acres here. So, Dwight, what got you into quail?
Just one day, I had a guy in our area that said, "Hey, I want to get rid of my quail because I'm not making any money." And I'm like, I want to get quail. So it's been almost a year and a half now. I bought 9 quail, and now I have around 400. So yeah, it just kept up. They said there was no money in it, but I'm selling eggs, building my customer base as I build the farm. And I just really enjoyed working with it. That's how I met you guys last year, and Aaron's helped me out 100 times fold.
So you do it more for profit than self-sufficiency, or do you do both?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say to anyone just getting into it? Any recommendations or suggestions?
Start slow, get a few for yourself, and see if you really want to take care of them, because it is a job. It's not something you're just going to get and they're taking care of themselves or not. It's a daily job. You'll either love it or you won't, and then you just keep building. And some people get to the point where I don't want to do this no more, just like that guy did, and he just sold out because he had quail, but he couldn't make money, so he was feeding them and costing him money, and he just couldn't do it anymore.
What else do y'all have on your farm? I know y'all have quite a bit.
So we have the Cotornix quail, we have Bob White quail, Tennessee red quail, and then we do dairy goats. We run mostly alpine dairy goats. And then we just have our normal farm mascots. We got a horse, donkey, a zebu cow. They just hang out. They cost us money. That's all they do.
There's always at least one that costs money.
Yeah. And we're in the process of working with bloodlines, and we're actually coming up with a Appalachian homestead goat. So you're getting a dairy goat and a meat goat within the same breed, so you don't have to own 2. If you're a small homestead, you can own 2 of these goats. You can make the meat, you can make the milk, and you don't have a lot of investment in different breeds of goats when you can just get one that did everything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Excellent. I'm here with Fran Crow. They are like me, love bees and quail. So, Fran, how long have you been doing quail?
It's been 3 years now.
And do you do it more for self-sufficiency or for profit?
It started as self-sufficiency, now it's self-sufficiency and profit.
You sell a lot of eggs.
I do.
Yes.
I do sell a lot of eggs. Eating eggs.
Eating eggs.
Yeah, that's how I say. Your market's a lot of eating eggs.
A lot of eating eggs.
So, you have any suggestions for anyone just getting into it?
First and foremost, have fun. Because life is only good if it's fun. And then I would say, get yourself a mentor. And listen to your gut, because it's going to tell you where to go.
That might be the best answer I got all day. Sorry for all the other answers.
What's your second favorite? Is it the bees?
Oh, I don't care for bees.
Your husband does the bees.
My husband does the bees. It's like people that eat cilantro and don't eat cilantro in our house.
Yeah. Like, I was always told, you know, he was the bee guy. So like it took me a while to relate. Y'all were married. I was like I know Fran does quail, and he's the bee guy. Like he's just the bee guy. That's just his name, the bee guy.
His name is Brian.
Yeah,
So
Brian the bee guy.
Nobody can remember his name, so they just called him the bee guy.
Fran, y'all are on social media where? Where can we find Facebook,
Well, we're
YouTube?
on Facebook at woodpeckerpinesfarm.com
Okay.
or Woodpecker Pines Farm. We're also on Instagram under my name, Francis Crow.
Okay.
And that's basically it.
Great. We'll go ahead. We'll put those links in the description for you. That way everybody can go and follow you.
Ranch tent here with Soul Mountain Farms. And what kind of animals you have?
We got 300 quail, 11 goats, 10 chickens, and 2 rabbits.
That's a lady that knows her animals. What's your favorite animal?
My baby boy, Cedar. He's a goat.
Do y'all raise mostly for self-sufficiency or? Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
What you do with the goats?
We want to breed them. Mama won't let us. Mainly, we play with them.
I don't blame her. I'm a non-goat person too.
Well, we had to get testing done. And so once the testing came back as good, I told him we would think about it. Yeah. So we're considering it now.
So your plans down the road is possibly a good goat breeding program, sell goats?
I want to sell goats, yes.
And you want cattle?
Yes.
So I spent most of the afternoon hanging out, and she is going to be a good farmer. She's a young lady with her head screwed on right, and I think she's going to do big things. Hopefully one day I'm sitting down watching you on TV.
What got y'all into the lifestyle? Let's call it that.
Just being able to provide for ourselves.
What were you ones that were like once COVID came along and you saw supply chain issues, or were you before?
Yeah, even before that. But it became more real.
Once you saw it.
For sure.
Yep, I totally understand that.
Yeah.
And when did y'all get into quail? Was this a recent addition or
Just last year.
just last year?
So very new to quail, and I think that it was something that we got interested in almost by accident. It was because we got animals that they were very interested in, and so quail were something that
Dad wanted something of his own.
yeah.
And yet here are your girls on YouTube doing the interview.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to get on camera.
That's right.
Yet I'll drive up to Georgia and make him get on camera one day.
He can show you all the quail.
Yeah. So any plans moving forward? Are we going to expand on the quail?
I think so. I think that's a really big opportunity, and I think that the dog treats, there's so many pet lovers, and in our community, I think everybody loves their dog. So I think that that's probably a really big opportunity.
It's definitely something to look into.
Yeah.
We trap, so I like to keep the quail wings and use them to help with the trapping to bring animals.
It's a good idea.
Smart girl. I think I'll learn from her.
Gotta keep predators away from the poultry.
And at the Georgia trapping event, one of our older friends, his name is Josh, I gave him some of the quail wings I had from the Georgia Youth Trapping event. He used them and he caught something with it.
Nice, nice. That's definitely not one I thought of, but that makes sense.
So second year at QuailCon, y'all learned anything this year?
Yeah, I brought my notebook, pages and pages.
Yeah.
So many good contacts, a lot of good resources and information, and just trying to take it all in.
For sure, for sure. Y'all have any social media presence yet, or we're not there yet? Not there yet? Well, you'll have to make sure to let us know when that time comes.
Okay, we will.
All right, it was good having y'all. Thank you. And thanks to Dad off on the side, pretending like he's not here.
Yeah. I'm here with Craig Beam, Quail King of Oklahoma. We've got to hang out on this trip. We talked a lot on social media and finally got to meet in person. He's not quite as handsome as he is on Facebook, but it is what it is. You get what you get, right? So Craig, how long have you been doing quail?
Like 3 years.
3 years. That's great. You do it for self-sufficiency or for profit or both?
All.
All.
I don't limit myself.
That's a good answer. So you have any suggestions, recommendations for someone just starting out, never had a quail before?
I think when you start out, you need to try to be I don't know, try to find a mentor that will help you in your markets. Mainly like Zach's and Quaternick's Corner was pages that we went to that mentored going on to that. And then I just kind of started with like 18, literally, and most of them were males. So I got screwed out of that deal because they were feather sexable and I didn't know how to feather sex them. So, but anyways, but then you need to find a mentor that would necessarily lead you in the right direction for profitability margins and not necessarily stray you away because they think that they know everything. Versus, I mean, including genetics and stuff like that. So find out who to trust in the community and not.
Y'all raise anything else, or y'all just strictly
we
quail?
do chicken, quail, ducks, geese, and turkeys. And
So all poultry.
Yeah, and we're MPIP and AI certified. So our specialty birds that we're doing is black copper Maran eggs. So, and they come from 8s and 9s. So, and then we'll have like premium silkies in the spring. So.
Nice.
And Craig's also an MPIP tester for the state of Oklahoma. So that's a good thing for anyone in Oklahoma looking.
For sure. And we can find you online. I know you're on Facebook, Beam Farm, but do you have a website also?
Yeah, beamfarmllc.com. You can order